Hi, this is Mihna, a Romanian living in Bangkok. Welcome to my show Reading in Bangkok. This is the first episode in a series about my bookshelves and my books in Bangkok. Today we're going to look at this section over here, which is mainly comprised of Romanian and English travel guides. The decoration for the bookshelf is a nice little drum. You might have seen this in the first Karate Kid movie. But anyway, if you're young, you won't remember the first movie. Anyway, let's see, what do we have over here? At the very top, Mount Ma mini album. It is a mount in China with many temples and other religious institutions. Next one is a collection of postcards from China, again from Mount Ma. It's called Magnificent Mount Ma. Next we have a travel guide, Shanghai and southern China including Hong Kong. I was in Shanghai a few years ago at the World Cup, the Archery World Cup. China, the rough guide. It's quite an old guide, but some of the things are still valid in here, so worth buying if you are planning to go to China. Next we have a series of travel guides in Romanian. They are National Geographic travel guides, especially this one is on China. My mom brought these to me on her second last visit from Romania. The next one is Travel Guide to Hong Kong, same National Geographics in Romanian, beautiful glossy paper. I've never been to Hong Kong, but I'm planning to go in the future. Let me just save some money first. Next one is a travel guide for Egypt, again National Geographic's edition, beautiful picture, quite a few interesting bits and bits about Egyptian history. Worth a read, worth a travel. Just let's wait for the political situation to calm down, if it's ever gonna calm down. We've got India, a beautiful country, quite dangerous to visit, especially if you're alone and you're a woman. Let's hope the situation is gonna improve there too. Beautiful pictures, great maps and diagrams, worth a read again. Next one, South Africa. I'm not planning to go to South Africa anytime soon, but still my mom thought it's a good book to have, so why not? It's before you go to bed, if you've got nothing else to read, just pick a travel guide. Why not South Africa, and find out a few things about South Africa. Next one, New Zealand. It's a pretty thin travel guide, Romanian edition of National Geographic's. I might go to New Zealand one day, but first other countries in Asia. Australia, here we go. You've got a kangaroo, the National Geographic's window. Beautiful pictures again. Maps are great. A nice read. Next one is a travel guide to Nepal, Lonely Planet travel guide, which I have used on my trip to Nepal. Great country, great tea. The mountains are just beautiful. The travel guide is worth a read, and the country is worth visiting. So that should be on your next travel list. Tibet, Lonely Planet travel guide. I wanted to go to Tibet, but they would not let me in without a travel agent, a local travel agent from China, so I didn't want to go. I just wanted to go all by myself. Apparently it's not possible, so this travel guide hasn't been used yet, but I will go to Tibet one of these days. The history part of this book is really good. Southeast Asia on a shoestring. I've had this for a long time. I use it on my travels in Southeast Asia. It's a bit outdated, but the maps are still good, and the short passages about the history of all these Southeast Asian countries are a great way to fall asleep at night. Definitely worth a read. Okay, what we have here, Singapore Facts and Pictures 1994. Obviously this is a decade old. The figures are not up to date. The facts are so-so. I bought this just because I was in Singapore for the Indoor Archery World Cup and I wanted to have some background information on the situation in Singapore. Obviously not my best choice, but I bought it from a second-hand bookstore and it was really cheap. We have a few books about Cambodia. Again, National Geographic's the Romanian version, Travel Guide to Cambodia. I hope one day to go to Cambodia and visit the Angkor Wat. And actually it was my plan to go to Cambodia and visit Angkor Wat, so that's why I bought the Lonely Planet Travel Guide for Cambodia. Another booklet about Cambodia, Little Hill Press. It's sort of a travel guide slash history slash do's and don'ts in Cambodia. Small booklet, easy to carry around, highly recommended. And the last book I'm going to show you on this shelf is Travel Guide to Laos. I've been to Laos a couple of times, mostly on visa runs. It's a great country. Unfortunately, McDonald's and other Western companies are invading the streets of Vientiane and the capital city is no longer what it used to be. So go to Laos before it's going to get spoiled. Alright, so this is it. My shelf with travel guides, my small Chinese drum, and my bookshelf in Bangkok. Cheers. This is me, a Romanian living in Bangkok.